All right, we're going to take a look at the Yealink expansion module EXP50 that works with Microsoft Teams. Let's look at it. All right, here we are, and we are looking at the Yealink color screen expansion module EXP50 quick start guide. So yeah, you can see there includes the expansion module. There is the stand in the back, so it stands at the same height as the Yealink phone. And beware, for this video I'm tilted a little bit to avoid some screen glare. Connecting a piece of plastic that connects the two together. They have a USB cable, which is the way this thing interfaces to the device. It's not a separate device. You just plug in with USB and it starts working. Nothing else to do. And it has a little screw that you screw the two together. And as Yealink is so often does, they include their hardware right in the device. So I think they do really good at providing everything you need to get going. So there it is. It is working. We've already added a bunch of contacts to it. And you'll notice a couple of things. Number one, it just works. When you plug the USB in, it just starts working. And the presence is showing here on the buttons as well as in the screen. The screen is not touch. You do use the buttons, but you know what? The reason people have a phone, desk phone, is because they want the buttons. I don't think that the touch screen minimizes this product at all. And you can switch between 3 pages. I really think the buttons to go to a discrete page is a good idea. It lets you go to a page and you know where the contact, press the button, go to another page, you know where the contact is, press that, but go back to the main one and press that button. So it's really tactile and you can move fast, know what you're doing. So talking about presence, you'll notice I'm doing this in the evening, so most everyone's away. You see a lot of yellow, but there's also an orange color and a red. So why don't we, do we have myself on here? Yeah, Matt Landis is right there. Why don't I change my presence in Teams so you get a chance to see that change? I'm going to set myself to Do Not Disturb. And of course, Teams takes a little bit to get itself out there. Let's see what happens here. So I changed myself when I said that. Is it changing? Is it changing? Is it changing? It's changed in Teams. And I'm trying to think. Let me check in another app, see if it changed there. I'm going to go over to our, you notice it's taken a little bit, and I think that it kind of waits till something happens to change it. So let's go into people over here. So it took a lot. I'm in Do Not Disturb. It still did not change. So let's go to Matt. See if we can kick this thing. Still is green. It's, you know, I don't know if these phones don't refresh or what the deal is, but my presence is set to Do Not Disturb. It takes a little while to update. Not sure what's going on there. Trying to see if there's anything I might have going on here weird. Yeah, I do not know that I do actually. So I'm going to say that that is a weirdness with the phone. It does not update. How about if we change pages, see what that does? That did not seem to nudge it either. Let's go like, let's go to home. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to kick that. So, and I am gonna go back here. All right, I paused the video just to check what's going on. It's still green, and I did check in our attendant console, which does presence separate, and it is not. So let's go to away. I think there really is some kind of a polling issue here. I don't know if it's with the IP phones themselves or what's going on there. So I changed myself to yellow. It already shows in our attendant console. So I'm just using attendant console as kind of an alternative. I'm not sure why the presence isn't changing or how often it changes, but something's going on there. It takes a little, and we'll just let it at that. So how do you add a new person to the expansion module? Well, you just go in here to, you can go multiple places, but let's go into calls. We'll look at history, and is he, got to find someone that's not already on here. Let's go recent, yeah. And let's get a number. We have a number here. Why don't we just select that? And you know what? He's already on. Is he on? Okay, so I can hit, and that should add him. So I favorited it, and yeah, there you know, it showed up right up here on the top. And you notice the lights were a little sluggish there. I'm noticing that. That is, it's indeed. Now where did I get to? Good point. I'm set to yellow. That must, okay, there now I'm yellow. So the presence did change back to that issue. I'm going to change myself back to reset. So it should go back to green. And apparently adding a contact does reset the presence. But up here on the top, you'll notice it did, you can add a phone number, which is really nice. Like you can have a one button for a phone number. You can switch between these. You notice a little sluggish switching between pages. I have noticed when there's a lot of contacts, it is a little sluggish. Going back to, it seems almost like it has to get all the presences before it can do that. And yeah, what if I just remove that contact again? I did. And let's see what happens over here. Boom, now it changed again. It did add it. My presence still didn't change. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on that. Presence is in some way, there it seemed like it did some. Yep, now my presence changed. So I'm not sure how long it takes till presence changes. It's pretty long in my opinion. My humble opinion. Maybe I'm missing something. I want to be open to that. So you can pin particular contacts. That probably no one is surprised that you can do that. Or phone numbers, which might be a little more surprising. So yeah, but the other thing you can do, so the way I'm doing it here, you know, one way to do it, and you can notice if he's favorited, he's already on or pinned on the sidecar. Another thing that you can do, if you look in people here, and you can get groups, and you can pin the whole group by going like this, pin to sidecar, and it looks like they have UI, as you can notice, they're right in the phone, which is a nice deal. So what do we have tagged here? See if there's any other groups I could just pin. When you pin them, be aware. Oh, what's going on there? A little slow. Speed dial. When you pin them, they just appear in one big long list of contacts. So it's not like you have they're somehow grouped or something. They're just kind of thrown on there. So I'm just going to see who is not on there. Looking at the list, see if I can pick someone that is not on the list that we want to add. Yeah, I think I found somebody. Oh no, he is on there. Go like that. Okay, yeah, so let's find someone else like this. Oop. Search the guy, Chris. See if there he is, and he has no presence. Let's click on him, and I can go over here, add to contacts. And favorites. Want to add to favorites, which will make sure he shows up over here. And click OK. So now we've added him. And I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to show on the second page or going to show on the first page? Now some jump there. Little sluggish when it happens. Okay. Is he on there? Not seeing him. I'm not sure why he didn't. Let's go down here. Add to contacts. Add to favorites. And add. You notice a pretty long time to come back to that first page. It switches between pages with not too many contacts, but when you try to go back to that main one, it's actually, well, do I have my, yes I do. So let's see if I can do this without knocking anything down. Get my stopwatch. And so we go to page 2. One second. 1.30 seconds. Try that again. Refresh. And okay, 1 second and 25 milliseconds. So it's not at the speed These, they go about the speed you press it. When you have one with a lot of contacts on, it's about a second and a third. Yeah. So a little bit of speed there that could be improved, in my opinion. Okay. What else do I look? We showed adding a contact. Now I thought I added one there and it didn't. So now I'm a little confused why he's not adding. He doesn't have presence. Anyhow. All right. I restarted the phone to see, but I just noticing, and I don't know if I'm not doing something right, but the phone seems very sluggish, which I don't understand why that would be. But it just seems like the presence takes a while to update, so let's just let it right at that. The other thing I was having problems with is it gives you the idea to pin a group, but I have not been able to reliably get that to work. I'm not quite sure how to make it work. So I had some of these people on the group and then try to remove them and add them again, and then I'm getting this can't add contact. Not quite sure why that's happening either. So there's a couple things. Presence a little slow, a little sluggish, as we noted, to go from one page to another. And then another thing I'm noticing, I wasn't really planning to have this be a demonstration of some challenges, but it looks like that's what it is, so I guess we got to let that be what it is. The other thing I'm noticing is a real random order of the contacts being on here. So that's another item that I'm noticing. It really, at a basic level, works. But there's just some tricky things. Adding contacts from the phone seems to be a little buggy, at least hard to understand. A little slow to switch between pages. And the order of the contacts is not exactly, I'm not sure what the reason or rhyme is for what the order is. The other thing, you can use the buttons for transferring. So that works. I won't necessarily go through that, but that does work. Trying to think here. So pinning groups, you're supposed to be able to do that. I'm having a little challenge doing it. I can. It seems like one thing that's consistent is adding a new number from the recent calls. Did I hit that button? Don't know if I hit it right. So adding that, I'm going to expect that is going to add real nicely here. Or it might take a little bit, but so I added that phone number. Boom, there it is, shows up there. So, and I have an idea. What I've been noticing is when I remove them, then I can't add them again. So I remove that guy, and let's see what happens here. Chugga chugga. Boom, it did remove it. Can I add it again? Switch to another page, like I press 2, waiting. What's going on now? It just took a long time. It was apparently doing something else. So there is a little something going on. I don't know if this is the Microsoft software or if it's the Yealink hardware. It's a little hard to tell, but let me see if I can add this again. So I added it and then I removed it, now add it again. Seems like it works, so that's interesting. I cannot, what I found is I cannot add like, so I guess I reset. So I go here and try to add this contact again after having removed it. Waiting. I think I touched it right there. There's something going on with the phone or what is going on. Anyhow. Okay, so something's going on. Can't add it back. Not sure what's going on there, but hey, that is what it is. Another thing that some people might want to do is, it might be nice if there was like a press and hold kind of feature where you get to some of their other contact methods. So I'm trying to think of someone I can do. Let's try admin. So like press and hold. It's not like you can get to their contact card and then use the other it just calls it right away. And you'll notice, another thing you will notice is when you call, it starts blinking so you know which contact you did call. So that's a little indicator there. All right, there you have it. You know what, I didn't show the back. Maybe I can show the back here. If I just flip it around here, it is a USB cable. There is power, and I'm not exactly sure what you'd use that for. You don't need it, or at least we didn't need it. Just USB, and then you, of course, daisy chain for the next expansion module. I think you can do a couple of them. You can check the documentation on how many, but yeah. All right, Yealink color screen expansion module EXP50. As you note, it's an interesting addition to Teams phones. As you notice, there's a couple snafus to making it work. Presence was very sluggish. Adding contacts is not just walking up to it. I think people might have a little problem using it. Presence is slow. Switching between pages can be a little bit slow. The order of the contacts is not something I know what the reason or the algorithm is for it. But I have an idea Microsoft will iterate, Yealink will iterate, get this better, hopefully, because it's promising and interesting for some scenarios. All right, there you have it. Hopefully I wasn't too confused and disoriented there, but there's a couple things going on. The product, the hardware looks great. Excellent design. Buttons feel good, screen is bright. The video doesn't show the color quite good, but it's a nice looking hardware. It looks like there's a little work to be done on the software to make it work like people are going to expect. Yealink color screen expansion module EXP50.